Hi, my lovelies. I'm coming to you delusional. So I mentioned a couple times that I'm going to a book event in July, and I decided it would be a great idea if I waited until the very last possible minute to read my TBR for the event. I was like, oh, I have so much time. I'll just read whatever I want, and then I'll have time. Well, I've compiled what's left of my event TBR. This is not all of it. Hold on, I'm gathering. I have it next to me, but it's gonna take me a minute to get it all together because it's a mess. So, hold on, bear with me for a minute here. While we're here, while I'm figuring out my garbage, how are you guys? I hope you're good. I was staring at the wall, laughing maniacally because I was realizing how much of a mess I've gotten myself into here. This is not everything. There's more. This is just all that I own that I want to read before mid-July. So wish me luck here. There's a lot, as you can see. There's 13 books here, if my math is right. 13. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I got off thinking that this was wise, because this is the 13 that I currently have, but there is 2 more that no, 3 more. So there's 16 that I would like to read this month, but then I also have 4 more hopefuls that I would like to read before the middle of the month. So let's just get into it. Let's just get into my crazy, my delusion, my whatever possessed me to think that this was possible. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun here. Let's have fun. So I don't know if you could see, there's a lot of blue. There's a lot of blue here. It's Elle Kennedy. I get to meet Elle Kennedy, by the way, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I am reading the entire Briar U universe, which is 5 books for off campus, 4 for Briar U, and then 3 for Campus Diaries. Which, by the way, I have merch. Anyway, I have read The Deal, The Mistake, and The Score already, but it's been a while since I've read them, so I want to read them again. So let's get into it. Oh my god, the glare. I can't put them on. The first book that I want to read is The Deal. This one is a classic for a reason. I have a soft spot for this book. It got me into reading real books. I was a fan fiction girly for the longest time, and then I think a lot of us really liked the fake dating fan fiction. And I was like, this is such an amazing thing. Why don't people write books about this? I'm gonna try with the glasses. Let's see, is the glare there? I can just never film with my glasses on, apparently. Okay, so like a lot of us, I was a fan fiction girly through and through, but I was getting older. I was like 12. And so I decided, let me read an actual book, like an actual book. And so I Googled fake dating books because I had read so much Belle Arc fan fiction at that point of them fake dating that I just needed something in my hands. And the only one that came up was The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I love this book. I can't wait to reread it. Basically, if you've never read The Deal, where have you been? It's a classic for a reason. Anyway, I'm just having a really fun time having physical copies to play with. Every video I've had so far, I haven't had a physical copy. And I finally have one, so there you go. Look at it. Enjoy it. So yeah, The Deal follows Garrett and Hannah. I love Garrett and Hannah. So Garrett is failing a class. He is a hockey. I had to check. He's a hockey player. And he's failing a class. But Hannah, she is killing it in this class. And she's one of the only ones who has managed to win over the professor and get an A in the class. So he goes up to her and he's like, Hannah, or Helen, whatever your name is, I need you to tutor me, man. I am failing. I'm hockey star Garrett Graham. You need to help me, obviously, because I'm the star of this school. I need it. And she's like, no, I'm not falling for this, babe. Hate to break it to you. And so she leaves. And he's like, He just watches her for a while to figure out, like, what can I do for this girl to make it so that she helps me? And he notices that Hannah has a crush on a football player at the school who is very popular. His name is Justin, I want to say. And so he's like, hey, Justin's really popular, but you're kind of nerdy. And you're not going to get his attention just being yourself. So date me. We'll fake date. And you'll get his attention via me. And you will tutor me. I love Garrett and Graham. I've read this book probably 4 times, and I love it every time. I love it. Garrett Graham is a gold star book boyfriend for a reason, so the fact that I get to meet the chick who I read my first adult book from, the one that got me into reading, is just, I can't believe it. I'm so excited. What's the deal? I'm very excited to read this one. Book 2 in Off Campus is The Mistake. I love The Mistake. The Mistake was a 5-star the first time I read it. I don't know if I've read it again. I think I've read this one once or twice, and this one was very good. I loved this one. I love John Logan. He's everything. So basically, Logan, at the end of the deal, you see that he really likes Hannah from book 1, and part of that might just be that this is the first time he's ever seen anybody in a relationship in the house, because I think that all of the guys live together, and so he just really wants what Garrett and Hannah have, and he wants that with Hannah. But then he meets Grace, and I think Grace is a freshman, and she's very quiet, she's very to herself, and they just have one night together where they hit it off super, super well, but then Logan bites himself in the foot a little bit, and he says the wrong thing, and she writes him off completely, and Logan then realizes, I've screwed up a really good thing with Grace. We hit it off super well, and I really want to make sure that I win back her favor, because she's everything. I need to win her back. But Grace isn't having it. Grace tells Logan, you're gonna have to work for it. Sorry, man. You are not winning my favor back that quickly. You need to work for my affection. And it is so good. It's so good. They're just so cute. And then Logan, his name is John Logan, but everybody calls him Logan, because I think there's another John. I think book 4's guy's name is John Tucker, but everybody calls him Tucker. Nobody calls anybody John. Anyway, so this one's really good. Logan has a lot more depth to him than you might think. There is a lot of depth. I will say this about this series, check your trigger warnings, especially with the deal. I have not read the entire series, but I know in the deal that there is triggers, so please check those. But yeah, The Mistake. I'm very excited about this one. I love The Mistake. I love John Logan. I love Grace. So pick it up. Read it, please. I love it so much. Please read this. The next one is The Score. I didn't love this the first time I read it, but it's a lot of people's favorite, so I'm gonna give it a chance, and I'm gonna reread it, but it wasn't my favorite. So we're gonna hope for the best here. I have not read anything past this one, not because of this one, but I just didn't love this, and then the momentum I had reading this series just kind of ended. But this one is about Allie and Dean, and this one is a favorite of a lot of people's. Dean is the man whore of the group. He gets around a lot in the deal and The Mistake. It's pretty much all you see from Dean is that he gets around. And Allie is Hannah's best friend, I want to say, from book 1. And with them, Allie has been in a really long-term relationship, but it just ended. And so she decides, you know what? Let me just have a one-night stand with Dean. Let me just get my ex out of my system, get Dean in. And so she goes to him because she's like, this is a real one and done thing. I'm not looking for another relationship. I've been in one for too long. Don't want to be in another one. So let me just have a quick night with Dean. Sorry if you can hear the birds. I don't know what's going on outside. Anyway, but after that, Allie is fully ready to just pull the plug, never see Dean again. But Dean isn't done with Allie. He wants a lot more than one night, and he is not willing to let her go. So the premise of this sounds really good. So I'm giving it another chance. I'm gonna try. Who knows? Maybe because I have such low expectations going into this one, maybe I'll love it. That's the goal. I'm hoping I love this one. I really want to love this one because it's very well loved. So I'm hoping that I can fall into that category. So the next one is The Goal. This one is Sabrina and Tucker. I've not read this one. This is where I stopped in the series. I never tried this one. So I'm hoping for the best here. This one is Sabrina and Tucker. I'm very excited about this one because based on what I can remember of Tucker, sorry, I'm covering the title. There we go. Based on what I can remember of Tucker, he is kind of like the dad of the group. He's like the definition of a golden retriever MMC. And so I'm very excited to read his book because I love characters like that. I like the really happy and the soft ones, and just the really like the golden retriever ones are the best. So with this one, there's Tucker and he's one of the hockey players. And then there's Sabrina, and she knows exactly what she wants out of her life. She's on track to become a lawyer. She's very focused on school. She's very focused on everything that she wants and getting that. And that all becomes derailed when she has a one-night stand with Tucker and gets pregnant. So they agree to do it together, but Tucker wants the whole thing with Sabrina. He wants to be with her. He wants to be together. He wants them to be in love and to be parents that are in love for this kid. But Sabrina just wants to co-parent. She just wants to keep going the path that she's on. And so she's having a very hard time stopping Tucker from worming his way into her heart. This is the last one in Off Campus that's like a proper book. So I'm very excited about this one. I have heard really great things about Tucker and Sabrina and just the whole book itself, so I'm very excited to read it. The next one is The Legacy. I'm scared for this one because I've heard nothing but horrible things. It's an epilogue novel. It's got all the couples from the first 4 books, and it has a wedding, a proposal, an elopement, and a surprise pregnancy. So one thing happens for each couple. I am very nervous about this because, like I said, I have heard nothing but bad things, but I want to love this because it's more of couples that I love. So I'm hopeful, but I have very low expectations, which is hopefully good because it means that I won't be disappointed. Fingers crossed here. So, The Legacy. This is the last one in the off-campus universe. This is the epilogue novel, but I think that they are still present in Briar U, and I know that some of the characters are definitely present in Campus Diaries. So I'm very excited for that. Next one is The Chase. This is book 1 in Briar U. With this one, this is Colin and Summer, and Summer is Dean's sister, I want to say. And we're introduced to Colin and Off Campus from what I can remember. So Summer is very much like a girly girl, whereas Colin is a hockey player, but he's also very nerdy. And so he makes it very known that he thinks that Summer is really superficial. So automatically she doesn't like him very much. But now they're roommates for some reason. Don't really know why. And Colin the entire time makes it very clear, I'm not interested in you. You're a hindrance to me. So I don't know if I'm gonna love it. I love the roommate trope, but I don't really love when guys are like, I don't really like who you are as a person. So I don't know if I'll love this, but some people really love it, some people really hate it. I am excited about this because I've heard phenomenal things about Briar U, and this is the start to it. So, The Chase. It's Dean's sister and one of the other hockey players. And this is the start of the new universe, which I'm very excited to dive into. The next one is The Risk. I'm very excited about this one. I'm very excited. I'm honestly so excited about all of the Briar U ones. This one is Brenna and Jake. I don't know if we've been introduced to either of these characters where I am at in the series, but Brenna is the coach's daughter at Briar U, and Jake plays for a rival team. So Brenna is after this really sought-after, impressive internship, and Jake can somehow help her get that. So she asks him to fake date her, but with every date that Brenna needs to help her image, to help her get this internship, Jake wants a real one in return. So I'm so excited for that. I love the fake dating, and I love it when one of them is very clearly like, yeah, I'm not faking this. So I'm very excited for this one. I can't wait. I hope it's good. I'm gonna be very sad if it's not, because this is one of the ones I'm most excited about. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. The next one is The Play, and this one is Demi and Hunter. And in this one, Hunter has screwed up really bad in the last season, and so he decides, I'm gonna be celibate, I'm not gonna screw around, I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna put my team in jeopardy because I really screwed them. So, but then he meets Demi, but she's taken, and he's now celibate. He's not doing anything with anybody because he needs to be good. And so he decides, you know what, she's really cool. She's taken. I can't do anything anyway, so let's just be friends. I really like her. I just want to hang out with her, so let's be friends. It'll be fine. Till Demi, after 3 months of friendship, is no longer in a relationship. And she is on the hunt for rebounds, and she is going right to Hunter. So I am very excited for this one. I love a friends to lovers. It's one of my favorite tropes. For me, friends to lovers is above enemies to lovers. Argue with the wall. I don't care. I think it's superior. I love it. Cannot wait to read this. I'm so excited. So excited. Next one is The Dare. This one is the last one in Briar U, and I'm so excited about this one. I cannot wait to read this. Taylor's just starting out in her sorority, and she kind of feels like an ugly duckling. She doesn't really feel like she fits in, and so when she joins the sorority, she thinks, this is my fresh start. This is what I need to start fitting in, finally. But they do not really accept her. She's surrounded by mean girls. She's having a really hard time. And then they dare her to try to seduce the hot hockey player in the junior class, Connor. And he is a very hot commodity. He's at these Greek parties all the time, and he is very well known for getting around. And so the girls dare her, go get him to fall for you, give him a kiss. I think she kind of explains the situation to him, and he's like, yeah, let's do it. So he kisses her, but then he takes it one step further and tells everyone that they are now dating because he wants to just help screw with the mean girls. But is that really it? Are you sure? So I am super excited about this one. I love plots like this. I just love like nerdy, shy, awkward girl, popular guy. I just love it. I eat it up every time. And the fact that it might be fake dating a little bit, I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this. I can't wait. This is the last one in Briar U, and I'm very excited to read this, and the whole series, honestly. I can't wait for this. Also, I'm just having so much fun having covers to hold instead of having to put the image here. I'm sorry that they're moving around so much. I'm just excited. I'm having a great time. So the next one is The Graham Effect, and this one is the start of the Campus Diaries series, and this one follows Gigi, who is Garrett and Hannah from The Deal, their daughter. So I'm very excited about this one because we get cameos, which I can't wait for. And apparently the guys from off campus have a group chat that they're all in, and I can't wait for that. I'm very excited. I love texts and books. Anyway, getting sidetracked. So this one follows Gigi, and she is a hockey player like her dad, and she is needing some help in the net, I think, and so she requests the help of Luke Ryder, who conveniently is trying very hard to get into a coaching position that is offered by Garrett Graham, Gigi's dad, and Luke has made a horrible impression on Garrett. So Luke sees this as a very win-win scenario because she needs help in net and he needs help winning over her dad. And they hate each other. They're from rival teams or rival schools, I think. And so there's quite a feud between their teams. But that all starts to get overshadowed when they start to feel the chemistry that is brewing between them. This is a long one. Look at the difference. It's a lot longer. So I'm excited. This one, a lot of people really loved. And also, it's Garrett's daughter. And we love Garrett so much. I'm wearing a sweater right now. So we love Garrett in this household. I can't wait to read this. I'm very excited. The next one is The Dixon Rule. I don't know whose kid this is. Maybe Shane is someone's kid because I don't remember a Dixon. Anyway, so this one is Shane and Diana. So Diana is captain of the cheer squad, and she's got a lot going on. She's juggling 2 jobs. She's got an ex-boyfriend that's driving her nuts. And on top of that, Shane has just moved into her building and is causing a lot of trouble with the members of her squad. They're partying all the time. There's a lot of distractions, and so she sets some ground rules right away. No partying, no hanging out with Shane. And she tells Shane the same, stay away from my squad. But that all changes when Shane's ex comes back into the picture. She's very jealous and she wants him back, but she doesn't think that he will have moved on from her. But he tells her that Diana is his new girlfriend. And Diana does not like Shane. She hates him. But her ex is also giving her grief. So she decides, you know what? I hate this guy, but I hate my ex a little bit more. Let's work together to scare them off. I'm just very excited about this because I love a fake dating. Let's be honest, who doesn't? And the fact that it's enemies to lovers, I feel like there's going to be some juicy tension here, which I cannot wait for. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. The last one is The Charlie Method. This one, I don't know how I feel about it because I am not a huge fan about reading poly romances just because I'll give some context first. So in this one, the main character's name is Charlotte, And Charlotte is very focused on school. She knows exactly what she wants in life. She works really, really hard. But then at night, she has an alter ego, Charlie, who's a little bit more wild. She's a lot more fun. And she is currently talking to these two hockey players who are best friends, Will and Beckett. And they like to share, to put it mildly. And so they start interacting together. And then things start to get a lot more real. And lust becomes love. I want to love this one very badly because apparently Will and Beckett are very loved within the series and they have a lot of chemistry, and you very much look forward to their book when you're reading the rest of the series. This is what I've been told. But then you get to this one and apparently they don't fall in love with each other. It's just them loving her, if that makes sense. So it's that reverse harem, I want to say it is. But so I'm gonna give this a chance. But if I can't read this before the event, I'm not going to be too upset about it. But I'm going to do a Bra You video. So I do have to read this. That sounds bad. I want to read this and I want to really love it. I want to be wrong. I'm hoping that what I'm hearing is wrong. But, so this is the Charlie method. I'm hoping for the best here. Because I am excited and nervous for this. I'm really hoping for the best. So cross your fingers for me. Charlie method, I want to love this. I hope I do. I hope I'm wrong. I hope what I've heard is wrong. So, hoping for the best. Okay. The next one is Matched by Becca Steele. This one I'm very, very excited about. I'll be honest with you, this is a series of interconnected standalones, and I do not remember either of the characters that this follows. But I'm very excited about it because I read the premise and it sounds amazing. So basically, Charlie joins a dating app for his school, and he gets matched with somebody, and they have incredible chemistry. They're a perfect match in the eyes of this dating app. But then they meet, and the girl that Charlie has been matched with is actually a guy named Nate, who is a hot footballer. And both Charlie and Nate are straight. So they decide, you know what, we matched because we're compatible, so let's just hang out, let's be friends. And they get to know each other. And then when Nate introduces Charlie to his sister, who is exactly Charlie's type, Charlie for some reason can't stop thinking about Nate. It sounds so good. It's not out yet. I think it's out on July 10th, I want to say. I'm so excited for this one. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait. I love Becca Steele. She's written such good books. So I'm just so excited that I get another one in this series. I think this is the last one. I could be wrong. It might be the last one. I think it's the last one. But I just can't wait for this. This is the one on my TBR that I think I might be the most excited about. For the event, anyway. But yeah, I can't wait for Matched. I cannot wait for it. I'm so excited. So the next book is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This one is a trilogy so far. There is another book coming out, I think. This one follows Ari, and she's been in love with her brother's best friend Chase for her entire life. And when they get to college, she starts thinking, oh, this is my opportunity. We'll be able to be together now. I am just very excited for my life to start at college. I'll finally get to be my own person. I'll finally get to be with Chase. And then she meets Noah Riley, and he is very wonderful. And she starts to wonder, like, oh, Noah's there too. This one is very good. It's very good. When you hear love triangle, I don't think anybody is ever really excited about a love triangle. I love this one. Read Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. It's very good. I am so excited that I get to meet her. I love this one, and it's emotional. So check your triggers. Check your triggers for all of these, honestly, because some of them I haven't read, so I don't know what the triggers are. So check them, please. But yeah, I'm so excited to reread this one and also to keep reading the series. But this is the last physical cover I had. I've had so much fun with this. I'm hoping in videos going forward I'll actually be able to hold the books because this is so nice. And I want to keep doing this. I'm having the best time. Anyway, I don't know if you can tell. The next one is Promise Me Not. This is book 2 in the Say You Swear series by Megan Brandy. This one follows Mason and Peyton, and Mason has his whole life mapped out. He knows exactly what he wants from his life. He wants to go to college, and then he wants to go to the NFL. And he has known that he's wanted to do that his whole life. He's not going to let anything stand in the way. But then he meets Peyton, and Peyton is grieving the loss of the love of her life and the father of her unborn child because she is currently pregnant and the dad has passed away. So Mason meets her and he really likes her, but he knows that I need to stay on track. I need to do what I need to do to make my dreams come true. So I'll just be a really good friend to Peyton, and I know that she's not looking for anything right now either because the man that she loves died. She doesn't have anything left to give, so let me just be there for her. Let me be her friend. Let me help her along the way. But then her son is born, and Mason starts to wonder, is my dream really what I thought it was? Or is it this little family that's forming? I'm very excited about this. I don't know if I'm really a pregnancy in books kind of person, but I love a kid in a book so much. Kids in books, for some people, are hit or miss. For me, they're almost always hit. So I'm very excited about this. I'm excited to see a book with a pregnancy all the way through because I don't know if I've read that before. So I'm excited about this. So the next one in this series is Trust Me Always, and this is book 3, and this one follows Cameron, and she has a one-night stand with Alistair, and then after she does that, she finds out some not so great things about him, and so she kind of starts running in the other direction. She does not want anything to do with this guy, but he takes that as a challenge that, oh, I need to work harder to get this girl. Nobody's stopping me. This is mine. Like, she's my girl. And so he starts fighting for her, and then she runs head into chest into Brady, and so in an attempt to scare off Alistair, she just kisses Brady, and then Brady's like, okay, we're fake dating now, so you're mine. Like, that's it, end of story. So she ran from one guy into the arms of another. I don't know who she ends up with. I'm assuming it's probably Brady, but I'm very curious about this one because this is maybe fake dating, and I love that, so I'm very excited about this. I don't know too much about it. I honestly know nothing about this. I think it just came out as well, so I haven't heard anything. But I'm very excited about it because I think this is characters from Say You Swear, I want to say. So do I remember any of them? No. But I remember liking them. So yeah, I'm very excited. I think this is going to be good. I have a good feeling about this one. So the next book for the event TBR, and this is the last one that I for sure want to read. There's a couple other ones on there that I would like to try to read, the sequel to this book, and then also Salacious Players Club, but this is the last one that I really want to read, and I'm putting on my TBR to read this book, and that's Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. So this one is about Wynn, and she has a limb disability, or she has a limb difference. I think her hand is smaller and maybe has a little bit less function than her other hand, and so she has worked really hard her entire life to not let that define her, and also to just make sure that everybody knows I can do whatever I want in my life. I'm super independent. Don't screw with me, basically. I got this. Then she meets Beau, and they have a one-night stand, and that leaves Wynn pregnant. And so she's immediately freaking out. I want to do this by myself. And so she tells Beau, and he's like, let's do this together. Let's become friends, and let's just see where it takes us. But Wynn is fighting really hard against what she's feeling because she doesn't want to let go of her independence. So it's kind of, based on what I'm seeing, it's like her fighting herself a little bit and fighting what she feels for Beau, because what she's always told herself, this is what I need to be independent. I need to do me by myself and not let anybody in. I need to do this all by myself. And so having somebody wonderful like Beau, because apparently he's very sweet, trying to help her out is very scary for her. So I'm very excited about this. In all honesty, reading the premise, it's not a book I would ever pick up. But this is a book that everybody that I've heard pick it up who don't like accidental pregnancy, they pick this up and they love this book. So going into it with high expectations, but I am hopeful. So I'm crossing my fingers there. I have a good feeling about this one. This is one that almost everybody loves, so I'm very excited about it. All right, my loves, let's talk about the last book on my TBR. I don't think this will be the last book that I read this month, but it's the last book that I'm gonna assign myself to read because my reading's been so structured for months now that I want to just have fun with it a little bit. So the last week of July, I'm not gonna assign myself too much or go too crazy TBR wise, but there is one book that comes out this month, June, when I'm filming this, that I am dying to read, and that is To Trap a Soul by Opal Rain. I could not be more excited about this. This is a prequel novel to the Duskwalker Brides series by Opal Rain, and it is one of my favorite series of all time. It is amazing. Basically, Duskwalker Brides, it's 8 books long, and it follows these creatures called Duskwalkers and their romances. They're just everything. They're so good, and I'll insert, well, you'll see the cover here, but I'll insert images of Duskwalkers here really quickly. So it's not PG, to say the least, but this series is so good. It's got so much depth. There's so much touch her and I'll kill you vibes. It's just everything. It's so perfect. Book 1 is A Soul to Keep. Cover here. It's everything. And so To Trap a Soul is about the Duskwalkers' parents. Lindui, if I'm pronouncing these wrong, I apologize. Lindui and Weldir, basically the Duskwalkers live in the Void, which is basically, I want to say, if you've read Shadow and Bone, it's kind of similar to like the dark mist that's there. You know what I mean? So the darkness that's there, it's kind of similar to that. So Weldir is the spirit of the Void, so he's kind of like the creator of it. And the Duskwalkers are his and Lindui's kids. So we finally get their book now. I'm not going to say too much about it because this is a prequel novel and the author has specifically said this needs to be read after the full series. So anyway, basically this is just a PSA. Read Duskwalker Brides. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. It's one of my favorite series I've ever read. I've reread it and it's just everything. So please read it. That's all I have to say. Just read Duskwalker Brides because the excitement I feel right now getting this book, it's just everything. I'm waiting for July to be pretty well over so that I can just read this because I cannot wait for it. I'm so excited. But basically from what I can see, Lindui, she's human. She gets taken from her home and she gets thrown into the Void and Weldir meets her and claims her as his mate. I'm so excited. This and Matched are 2 new releases that I just can't wait for. I'm so excited. I'm just having the best time. So yeah, that is my TBR for July. There's a lot on it, if I'm honest, plus the books that I'm maybe possibly trying to read as well. It's very unrealistic. There's this, and then there's this as well. Let's see if I can put them together without this falling over. If it falls, I'm gonna be very upset. Oh, it's starting to slide already. Here we go. Here's the physical TBR. But at least I'll be able to say that I've read these and take a decent chunk off my TBR, finally, like my physical TBR, finally, because I think I've read less than 5 books that I own, and I haven't read any of them physically. It's all on Kindle. I'm hoping that I can get through all of these, and then hopefully more. A lot of the videos coming out, I'm hoping, will just be me tackling my TBR. Not this month, but eventually throughout the year, I need to tackle this bitch. It's a mess. So I'm very excited to be done with the event stuff. I'm excited to go to the event, don't get me wrong, I'm very excited, and I'm so excited to meet all of these amazing creators who have made so many stories that I love so very much. But being free, being able to just read whatever I want, like To Trap a Soul, I'll put the cover again. Read Duskwalker Brides. Here, I'll put the cover of the book that you should read. Read it, seriously, I'm not playing. Read it. So I'm so excited to read all of these. I'm so excited to meet all of these authors. There's also a haul coming after this event because I am spending a lot of money, which is bad. It's a lot of money. I've already spent a lot of money on pre-orders. It's gonna be bad, it's gonna be messy. So wish me luck there. But this is gonna be a good month. I have a good feeling. I'm hoping that there's a 5-star or 2 in this huge pile. I think The Mistake will still be a 5-star. I'm hoping I get a Briar U 5-star, and I'm hoping that I also get a Campus Diaries 5-star. So I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited. Thanks for coming along with me. This is a long video, I think. I appreciate you sticking with me if you have. Next week will be my wrap-up, so I will post that again on Wednesday. It looks like Wednesday's gonna be my day, which honestly, it doesn't make any sense for me because it's in the middle of my work week. So, I'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching, my loves.